Good afternoon, everyone. These videos are always fun to do when the market is rising, but as you find out very quickly, markets are living entities. They breathe in and they breathe out, and the last couple of sessions in the American market, markets have been breathing out, as you probably well know. Not that much of a surprise. The buy-sell ratio on VectorVest showing marked divergence against the price of the VectorVest composite for a very long time. So as you can see, declines huge, and the S&P off full 80 points after yesterday's fall. So we're sitting at 3371. We'll look at the chart in a second. Clearly, VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time. So a very strong pullback. I've been busy cutting positions, and I had 11 positions, and I've now got 2, and those 2 are on a fairly fine stop at the minute. I got stopped in terms of the new positions I had. AMD, I got stopped at entry. I took a bit, but not much. ADSK, I got stopped at entry. Took a little bit. Pins, I got stopped at entry only today. I took half off, but I got stopped at entry. And the shares that I've held for a very long time, stopped on Lulu, stopped on Microsoft, stopped on Square, stopped on Coop, stopped on TTD, 2 left, Horton, and this ISRG that hasn't quite got to my stop loss the last time I looked. And let's have a look at the share. There is the share, and it's pushing on yesterday's low. My stop loss is at the entry point, which is at £7, $700 should I say. Wrong country. So those 2 are still hanging in there. Remember, for me, these were leverage spread bets, and if they're going your way, it's great. If they're not going your way, not so great. So and it was just about time. I'm glad I've cleared that all out. I was holding those positions for too long. So let's have a look at the VectorVest composite itself, and if I pull up the composite, you can see these huge big days down the last 3 months, and I've got the buy-sell ratio. If I can add that buy-sell ratio, BSR, buy-sell ratio, there we go. And that's the buy-sell ratio, folks. There's the market rising, this is falling, and the buy-sell ratio now below 0. So sooner or later we're going to get a confirmed call down here when the market is traded down for 2 weeks in a row. Still got a long way to go to do that. I think the DPO is below its center line as well, and that means that tonight we'll get a deep DEW sell signal in America. Alright, so and that's the DEW buy signal that we got in on the 7th of April, and I think tonight that will give us a DEW sell signal. So in terms of VectorVest USA, if we go back to the home page, the short-term trend is down. Okay, we've got a red light in the price column with a color guard. Yesterday we had a black star in the red light telling us that the price is falling and the momentum is increasing to the downside. At the close today, I think, unless something changes radically, we're going to get a DEW signal down, and that's why I had to take that drastic action to get pretty much out of everything. So let's have a look at the SPX and see if we can see some levels on the SPX. So that's the and this is where I was looking at a moment ago. I thought maybe that 3-4 level was going to hold, and it's going right through that. As you can see, it's not the end of the world yet, because this has just pulled back slightly below the 21-day moving average. So market was vastly overbought, and it needed to come back, maybe not in such technicolor, but it certainly needed to come back, and we could quite easily get back. It normally stops somewhere in this zone, so somewhere down around here, this market can stop quite easily. So we could start to look for some fib levels, but somewhere down in this zone, I think we'll find some form of support in here. If I look at it over 3 days, that'll bring up a 5-minute chart. I need to take off the extended hours to make that look a little bit better. Tools, get rid of the extended hours. And that should help the chart a little bit. We go back to 3 days, and that's the chart, the sell-off in the chart, and that's what's happened today. And we can see the briefest of support here at around that 3,350 level. So let's see what happens down here. Very oversold, even under the most bearish circumstances. I would expect it to rally a little bit, but I'm certainly not going to do anything until well after the American holiday on Monday. VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time, and that's an obvious, and I've cleared out most of my long positions in the US, and we'll sit and wait until we get a DEW signal up again before doing anything. Alright, so it was time for a really good clear out anyway. In the UK, I haven't done that much at all. We've got a down-up situation, and I would expect this to follow the American market down. There's the situation. I think that we can quite easily get a DEW signal down very, very soon indeed. Remember, we had one of them across here. And I'm waiting for that portfolio that I've got. I haven't really touched. I've been busy working on the American portfolio. The UK portfolio is in fact not leveraged, and that's the portfolio as sorted by RT, and reasonably well in profits in all of these. So holding those. If the DEW does turn down, which I think it's going to do at the end of today, then at the end of today's trading, then I'm going to get out of the weakest ones, and that will be a job for Monday morning. Okay, so taking quite a bit of a pullback here. As I keep saying to people, these trades always end badly, and my strategy is to in fact take off a little bit when I've made as much as I've risked, which I've done in pretty much all of these positions, and then let it run and let them run and get stopped out on the second half of the position by the VectorVest trailing stop loss, and that's been reasonably effective. But sometimes you give back quite a bit. So we can see Games Workshop was trading well above 90. It's now at 86. You bring the stop losses up too tight, you never get the big moves on the second half of the position. So I think a little bit of doctoring will have to be done on Monday. Where is the market going to go to? Well, clearly I think that we could quite easily see on the American market, if we go back there again, we can quite easily see a pullback to 62% of the June low to there. That would take us somewhere around here, and of course the real bears out there are saying that we're going to run down to this particular level. So I think somewhere around here, even under the most bullish circumstances, would be the minimum pullback. I think it's going to rally a few times before that. So I don't think there's any rush to get back into the stock market, folks. We need to let this play out, and we could quite easily see the composite stroke the S&P pulling back to this 62% of this run since the March lows. Okay, so no great hurry to get back into positions. I think that if you're stressing a little bit, it doesn't do any harm to put some money in the bank and set it out. Remember, our biggest advantage is we don't have to be in the market all the time. We can press that little button and put our money in cash and sit and wait for the market to give us a buy signal again, which will come sure as day follows night. I've entitled the video, lots of people, one very small door, and that's what happened and what is happening, folks. People are running for cover, especially at the start of an American long weekend. Remember, the American stock market won't be running again until next Tuesday. So if you're feeling a little bit nervous, first of all, it's no time yet to start to buy stocks. This market can pull back quite a long way yet. And secondly, if you're feeling a little bit nervous, then just go to cash. I think keep your stops very close to the market indeed. We can always get back in again. It's been a very good run since April, and I'm for one quite happy with my performance. I got in early, and that wasn't easy down here. And in America, I've locked in most of the profits. In the UK, I still have to do that. That'll be a job for Monday morning after I see what's happened after the close tonight. Nobody knows what's going to happen next, folks. Just remember that. I look forward to seeing all the UK people on Monday afternoon, and I'm speaking tomorrow afternoon at the VectorVest International User Group, where I'll be talking about the state of the UK market, and there I'll have Friday's closes, obviously. Okay. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.